I got to offer you killer fees. Most people think you need to go full time to make real money in life insurance. That's not true. The first goal should be not $10,000 a month. The first goal should be proving that you can make $2,400 a month part time. Because if you can learn how to help one family a week, this business starts to make a lot more sense. And honestly, this video is not just training. This is also a cry for help. We have more people reaching out, more leads coming in, and more families that need help that we have trained agents ready to serve them. So I need your help. This is part of the video. So if you're licensed or you've been thinking about getting licensed, I want you to really listen to this breakdown. I'm going to make the math very simple. There's 4 weeks in a month. If you help one family per week, that's 4 families a month, right? Very simple. Now, in life insurance, the client pays what's called the premium. A premium is simply the amount the client pays for their policy. So if a client gets approved for a policy that costs them $100 a month, that's $100 monthly payment for the premium. Very simple. Insurance agents are usually paid based off the annual premium. So if a client pays $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year in annual premium. So whatever the premium is, you're going to always multiply it by 12, and that's going to give you a baseline to start. So depending on the contract, the carrier, the product, and the advance rate, you may get paid a percentage of that annual premium, right? Which will be upfront. So to give you a prime example of how we operate in this scenario, if you started at, let's just say 50% to make the numbers easier, you would get paid $600 for every policy that you do, that the premium is $100. Now, there's going to be policies that are clients pay more than $100. There's going to be policies that clients pay less, but at least you can have like the baseline, the simple math. So simple math. If an average policy advance is around $600, and if you help one family a month, you're making $600 a month. If you help 2 families a month, you're making $1,200 a month. If you help 3 families a month, you're making $1,800 a month. If you 4 families a month, you're making $2,400 a month. That's it. 1 policy a week, 4 policies a month, $2,400 part-time. Now, this is not guaranteed. Your income depends on your license, state rules, carrier, contract level, product, approval, issue, placement, and whether the client keeps the policy active. This is where we come in and helping you with that. We want to make it as simple as possible. But the point is, the math is not complicated. Most agents don't need more complicated plan. They don't. They just need a simple target that they can hit consistently. How long does it take to do 1 policy? So it depends. So when somebody's starting out, I would say about an hour to complete a policy. Sometimes it could be faster. Sometimes it could take longer. It just depends on the client, the product, the health questions, and how prepared the client is. But in general, you know exactly what you're doing. 1 application can take around an hour. So think about that. If your goal is 1 policy a week, and 1 policy a week takes around an hour, right? About an hour, then the real work is not just the application. The real work is getting the appointment, right? It's easy to do the application. This is where we come at that. I hope you following. The real work is the follow-up. The real work is having enough conversations. The real work is getting people to understand why they need protection before something happens. Because once you're sitting with the right family and they understand the need, the policy itself is not the hard part. The hard part is becoming consistent enough to get in front of the right people every week. That's where we come in at. At the beginning of this, I told you, I'm going to make an offer. You can't refuse. So it's like $2,400 is a number. I know it feels real. There's no hype. There's no make $50,000 in 30 days, right? The first real milestone is for people looking to hit $2,400 a month. Very simple. So for some people, that's a car note, that's groceries, that's utilities. For some people, that's breathing room. For some people, that can make a difference between being stuck and finally having options. That could be vacation money. But more importantly, to make $2,400 a month right now, you have to be disciplined. You have to follow up. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to explain protection. This is where we come in at. You have to learn how to serve families. And that's why I love this business, because when it's done right, you're making is connected to the impact. So you're not just making money, you're protecting families. Now, let's reverse engineer it. If you want to do one policy a week, you may need 3 to 5 appointments, right? Cool. To get 3 or 5 appointments, you would need about 15 or 30 real conversations. That's where we come at. We don't want you door knocking. I don't want you cold calling. I don't want you to have to speak to a whole bunch of family members, right? If you were like me, you spoke to them about, I had a t-shirt company, I had a fitness company. I'm fixing and building computers. I'm selling cookies. I keep tapping into this. It's my same resources. I wanted to create something where, you can leave your warm market alone, because to be honest, your warm market is not going to make you rich anyway. I don't care how creative I am. And if I had a print shop, right? I was doing apparel. I had friends that supported me, even if they bought a t-shirt every day, which they're not. I'm not going to get rich from that, right? We're looking to make impact, right? Impact is very important. So the 15 to 30 real conversations a week, we got you. So that could be calls, that could be text messages, that could be referrals, really big on referrals. That could be responding to content, right? I'm going to teach you all the simple steps. That could be leads, which we provide and help you out with. That could be follow-up from people you told. You'll call them next week. But this is where most agents mess up at. So they say they want to make $2,400 a month, but they're not tracking any of the activity to even create $2,400 a month. Again, that's where we come in at. So you know how many people you need to speak to, you know how many appointments that you need to book, right? All of this stuff you have to measure. And most agents don't know, they have no idea of this information. So I wanted to just create a system to make it super, 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 super simple for them to just follow the steps and have results. So if you are an inspiring agent, obviously this is for you. And if you are a new agent, let's get you on track so you can serve families, right? There's no reason in the world you should have got your license not to help people. So let's go over the part-time schedule. If you're doing this part-time, I would keep it simple. I would start with about 10 focus hours a week, 2 hours of content and marketing. Again, we help you with that. 3 hours of calls and follow-up, 3 hours for appointments, right? 2 hours for studying, underwriting, and getting better. You don't need 40 hours a week to start, but you do need focus hours. 10 hours of focus beats 30 distracted hours every single time. And remember, the policy itself may only take an hour. So if you're not writing one policy a week, it's usually because you don't have the time. You have to make time if you're going to move forward. It's usually because you don't have enough conversations, enough appointments, or enough follow-ups. So why we need agents? So I'm trying to give you this information so I can get to why I got on here in the first place. It's what I said earlier. It's my cry for help, like, because this is bigger than us. This is an impact on our community. These are families right now who don't have enough coverage, right? Their parents who need insurance, but they keep putting it off, right? We already know what that could lead to. There are people relying on GoFundMe instead of having a real plan. There are communities where one unexpected death can set a family back financially for years. I'm sure one of us have experienced that before. And we have the people to reach out to. We have the leads coming in. We have the families asking questions. But the truth is, we need more trained agents who actually care. Not agents here who just want quick commission. Not agents going to pressure people. We're not into that. Not agents who are going to disappear after a couple of sales. You made $5,000 and you good now. You got enough for the vacation, right? We need agents who understand the mission. We need people who can help families get protected the right way. And today, it's easier than ever to get attention if you're educating someone, right? If you're giving them information that can serve them. So you don't have to beg people to buy life insurance. You can teach them. You can make videos like GoFundMe is not an insurance plan. Why parents need coverage before it's too late. How much life insurance should a family actually have? Why waiting until you get sick is dangerous. How one policy can protect your children's future. Why is life insurance important, right? How does agents get paid? Like all of these questions, these are questions that start real conversations. So the more you educate, the more people start seeing you in person, the more people are interested in calling, right? Very simple. So now let's be honest. The business is not easy money. People cancel, applications get declined, people ghost you. Policies get charged back. Some weeks are slower than others. You can spend your time with someone and they still don't move forward. So if you are chasing a quick check, this business will expose you. But if you care about families and you're willing to learn the skills, follow the system, and track the numbers and stay consistent, then this could become one of the most powerful part-time opportunities in the world. So let's bring it back. The goal is not to become rich overnight. The goal is to help one family a week, one policy a week, 4 policies a month. If the average advance is $600, that's $2,400 a month. And each policy takes around an hour to complete. Then the opportunity becomes very clear to you. The real question is not, can life insurance make money? The real question is, can you become consistent enough to help one family every week? Because once you hit that, now we could talk about 5K a month. Then we could talk about 10K a month. Then we could talk about building a real agency. Then we could talk about building a real legacy. But don't skip the first step. One family a week. That's the foundation. If you're a licensed agent and you're struggling, or if you're thinking about getting licensed, comment part-time below. We have more families to help than we have agents ready to help them. And if you are serious, this may be your opportunity to build an income part-time while helping families be protected no matter what happens. In God's will, I'll see you inside.